Panharmonicon presents a podcast.
There we go.
Oh, we're going?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang.
He just said,
Yep.
yeah.
Ba-oo-wah, ba-boo-bop, bop, 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 ba-oo-wah.
Is this Boys to Men?
Ba-oo-wah, ba-oo-wah, bop, 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 bop.
You want me to be doing the ba ba da 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 ba da da.
There used to be a graying time where alone on the sea you became the light on the dark side of me.
I'm not getting that high, but
Yeah.
You can. I feel like you can. There's no way you yes, you can.
no, I cannot.
Believe in yourself. Yeah. Yes. See?
I believe in myself, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you believe in yourself.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Panharmonicon Studios presents.
A movie podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am one of your hosts, Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
And if you were singing along, thank you. If you're looking at us like, what are we doing? And I mean, look at us this time.
Whoa.
If you're looking at us this time
Yeah.
and saying, what are we doing? We were singing the second single off of 1995's Batman Forever.
Back it up there a little bit. Second single.
Yeah, second single.
What's the other one?
It was a song by U2.
Oh, Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me. Yeah, I actually really do like that song. Yeah, I don't know why I asked that question.
The Kiss from a Rose, I'm sorry, has a very interesting past. Did you know that it was written in 1987 by Seal.
Oh.
Seal held it off because he didn't think it was good. And then he brought it to his producer when, I think it may have been 92 or 93, whenever Seal 2 came out. So it was on Seal 2 and didn't do all that well. It then was on the soundtrack of Neverending Story in
Wow.
1994 and still didn't do well. But then Joel Schumacher heard it and really liked it. And then it got onto the
Batman Forever. Wow.
He's like, I got the perfect movie for this.
And there are two videos of that song, and Joel Schumacher actually directed the one for Batman Forever.
Is it as funky as just Batman Forever in general?
I mean, it's basically just him singing, and then it's like kind of like I think Nicole Kidman is in it. I can't remember. I haven't seen that video in ages. But they're like shots of the movie within it, but it's just like him and like some like building. There's like wind blowing and like R&B stuff. But
Yeah.
for the most part, it's just. I mean, the song is phenomenal. The videos
Right.
are just so.
Wow. 87. I would have never guessed. I would.
Yeah, me either.
Man. It was
Two false starts, too. That's wild.
Yeah. I think it was just marinating, dude, like a bag of chicken for 8 years. It's crazy.
He just wasn't a fan of it, I guess. But with that out the way, fellas, how are you guys doing? How you been? It's been a little short while since we seen each other last.
Been a little short while. That Street Fighter trailer, man.
Oh yeah,
That
dropped
Street
today.
Fighter trailer.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you watch the Street Fighter trailer that came out a few months ago?
No.
Okay. You'd mentioned something, and I bring this up because growing up, Street Fighter was like the fighting game. You know, like it's the fighting game. I know it's one of the fighting games my brother like loves, and I just remember getting my ass handed to me by him in Street Fighter a lot. So it holds a dear place in my heart. I totally see what you're saying, though. I'm super hyped for it, but I'm like, how do you fit all of this into a 2-hour movie? And I wonder, like, would you even be 2 hours? I feel like a movie like Street Fighter probably would clock in maybe production companies editing down to 140.
Yeah, I was thinking like 90 minutes.
I actually think it'll be longer.
Really?
Yeah,
I think you're right.
I think with the way that movies go nowadays, we really are out of that era of the like 145 movie. And it seems that people are like, I just want it to be 2 hours plus. I don't think it'll be a 3 hour long thing, but I think it might be like 215, 230.
Really? So you really think we're out of that era?
Yeah, I think we're getting like for that type of like the summer blockbuster, even though it's coming out in October, like that high paced action movie.
Yeah,
like I think because of Marvel, people are like, we can go longer now.
Sure,
and people will just stay.
Right, they've been trained.
And I think like a lot of the times things got shortened because you're like, I don't know how long these people are going to stay in the movie theater. Granted, they already paid to get in. So it's not like they're paying to get out. So you're not getting paid both ways. It doesn't matter. But like I'm certain that like that just concept of being in there, short run, getting back out. I feel like that hasn't been a thing for a while, and I think people, and especially think that directors themselves are like, my vision has to be like, I want my complete vision. I don't want you truncating me. I want what I have thought out to be the thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know. And it doesn't feel like studios are like fighting that as much, especially because of like Netflix and things like that, where you can just slap something onto streaming.
Sure.
And it don't matter how long it is on streaming. That's why the Snyder Cut was able to just be released in its totality. If that thing only had to be in movie theaters, you'd get the original cut.
Yeah.
Not that Snyderverse cut.
Or broken down to like a part 1, part 2.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Because 4 hours that's a lot of movie, man.
Like, I mean, in a movie theater of today, I would definitely sit in a movie theater for 4 hours.
Wow.
Okay.
It's because it's comfy. It's cozier now than it was back in the day. Those like
bucket
stadium.
seats.
Yeah. The recline. Well, yeah, the ones that recline. Not bucket seats, but
like they got lazy boys in there basically now.
Yeah.
Chilling there forever.
But yeah, just super excited for that film. Hopefully it comes together well, but we'll see what happens. What about you guys?
Still trying to garden, and we have kind of battled the weeds. I have creeping thistle in the backyard, so I've been using salt, which is just very nuclear option.
That's the nuclear option?
Well, I think so. Salt the earth, you know?
I was thinking like a DDT or something like that.
Agent Orange. Yeah. Napalm my backyard.
Also, creeping thistle sounds like a magic card.
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, for a little bit there, I'm like, this dude sounds like he's talking magic right now. We have a little bit of creeping thistle.
Yep. But no, it's pretty tenacious, and it's sprung up, and I think the salt has gotten most of it, but I think there's still a little bit back there, so I got to resalt. But then I don't really care about my lawn, like I'm not one of those people, so I'm trying not to kill my grass, just because. But if it has to go, it might have to. It might. We want to go to clover anyway because it's more eco.
Whoa! Has the salt brought anything else?
No. It's.
So there haven't been any creatures like, ooh, salt.
Oh, yeah, like living creatures. I thought you meant like other plants. I was like, oh, that would be so sweet if like something was born of the salt. But no, we haven't had creatures. We leave our fence doors open. Well, there was a rabbit, but that was probably not from the salt. That was just because my lawn was a little long. So.
Yeah, I almost got one when I was cutting my grass over.
Yep, that's how I found it. And I was like, oh, a thing skittered out from almost under my lawnmower. And I was like, oh, what do I do with you? But
so you said you almost got one?
Yeah, because
as in you almost
not like almost like hit one, like because it came out of a hole out of nowhere.
Luckily,
it was like a big one, so I could see it like kind of. But I was like, because if it were like a little baby, it might have got. But
yeah.
I didn't know that hole was there because it was like the first cut of the season.
Right.
You got a new lawnmower too, right?
Ooh.
I have an electric one.
Oh, nice.
Which I mean, obviously the drawback to it is it's like tethered.
Oh, it's a cord.
Because if I had to use because I have a cordless weed whacker, and it's great when it is
fully juiced. Yeah.
So if you haven't been thinking about that over the winter, and then you're like, but luckily, so it's tethered to the wall, obviously, and I don't have an outdoor outlet.
Ooh.
So like I have to like make sure where I'm going. The problem with my yard, I don't remember if you know, like it's close to being, and I'm not rich. It's a very big yard. It is if you went from like the tip of the front yard to the tip of the backyard, it's close to like football.
Yeah,
like.
But it's mostly backyard, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
because there's so much backyard.
Yeah.
And so like I have to have I've got like 3
extension
cords to get back there. But my landlord actually did bring 2 actual gas powered ones.
Oh, cool.
Problem is I just didn't get gas.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I need to do it now, so I'm just gonna use the electric one. And then like next week I'll come with the gas. As for me, this gentleman over here in the yellow Farron got me back into Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I was pretty clean out of it. He brought me back into it because he needed help on some things.
Oh, it's multiplayer?
No.
Oh.
He thought he was stuck in an area, and so like I was able to see him play through the PlayStation. And, like oh, you need to go here. And we did that, and then I was like, then I learned that there's like a secret boss. So I was like, okay, I'll fight the secret boss.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I should probably try to like platinum this, and I've already stopped because part of platinuming it is obviously to beat the game under 10 hours, which I didn't know about the first time, but also get an S rank in every arcade level, which it took me so long to do the first level that I almost think I could speedrun that level. How many times I've like worked on it. Yeah. Because one of the major things that you really need for points is 1, speed, but 2, you want to try not to get hit. Because if you can get, I had to do it first. I had to learn first where everybody was because there's a trophy for not getting hit in a level. And I was like, I'll choose that one. Then there's the S. So you need to get through it as quick as possible. If you can get through it under 10 minutes, while maybe getting hit once or twice and killing most everything,
that gets
then
you there.
You get your S.
Okay.
Whoa, hold on now. That's not my experience. Well, actually, I forget the time. But I immediately thought about trying to platinum it too, and then I immediately stopped because when I got to that level, I had done so many things well. I think I had actually maybe beat it within that time, but then I got hit. And because I got hit, I'm like, dude, you really have to get no hit, no touch to get an S rank.
I thought that for the longest. Then I learned, I read and I learned that 60,000 points is the threshold for S. So if you can get over like at 60,000 or more, you will get an S no matter the level.
Oh.
So speed is 1 because if you are in between, if you're in between 10 and I think like 12 minutes or something like that, it's a certain amount of points that you get. If you're over that amount, they actually start deducting points the longer it takes you to get through a level.
Okay.
And then if you're under 9, you get the largest, or under 10, you get the largest chunk of points. So I substituted that for not getting hit. But you also want to make sure that you do like you don't just kill the boss, but you do the execution because that gets you points as well.
Which like I told you, I was very bad about that. Like there's a point where you get the bosses of each level down to a certain level, and then it gives you this execution option. But sometimes I would get so caught up in doing a combo that I would kill them before I realized that there was an execution option. So really, ultimately, like out of the bosses in the game, I think I only executed like 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that like the execution threshold is like so tiny.
Yes.
Sure. If you're like going through a combo and you're like, and at some point like I stopped doing it and then I just start hitting them like once to like try to get it in. And you're like, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Let's hurry up. Come on. So that's good to know though, because I had totally given up all hope. Because does the no hit also count environmentals?
Yes. Yeah, because that like, because there was one time, and I was doing it through I was going over and over. I probably played that thing like 200 times.
Wow.
The first level?
Yes. I've played that level so many times between doing the no hit and also like trying to get the S. I've played it so many times. I was like, I now understand, like, when you're watching a speedrunner play, like, they may do, like, 800 runs before, like, they're like, okay, this looks like it could be the one.
Yeah.
And I was on one, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not getting touched. This is looking good. And then, like, I ran out of jumps, and I did my, like, forward dash, and then I just plummeted into, like, some fire I never knew was down there. And I was like, oh, okay.
I think that's a pick this up on another day.
It was. I stopped playing. I was like,
Yeah.
I gotta stop playing this for a second.
Yeah.
I'm really upset.
Well, there's this one part where, because the game is really big on like platforming.
Oh, okay.
So it's such a. To me, I think it's like an amazing blend between the action sequences, like the people that you fight, and also the platforming that you end up doing. But on the first level, there's this one area that you have to platform where the floor in certain areas are just spikes. So you have to use a combination of your double jumps and dashes in the midair, along with, I think, that ninja sort of grappling hook that you use to just sort of dodge all of these pits. And it's so easy to get hit with those that I'm like...
I'm so glad you don't have to go through that area in arcade.
Yeah.
Because if I had to, I'd probably still be trying that level.
So really, the points that you would get, because there's a chest up there that in the arcade version has a coin. So the points that you get from that coin wouldn't be worth the attempt?
No.
Okay, that makes sense.
I've optimized the...
He's got
That
that
first
round.
level, I have
I believe you.
800 tries. You get there.
Man.
But yeah, that was me. Shinobi is really fun. It's so beautiful too. Yes. And I'm really not looking forward to. I've gotten two. I did the first level and the one in like Chinatown, I think it's called, whatever it is. I'm trying the other ones, but I'm really upset because obviously, like, they become mazes. And you're like, how am I supposed to do this in under 10 minutes?
Yeah,
like just traversing is taking me too long. So like.
Are they generated each time, or is it the same?
It's the same.
Okay.
So I mean, so this game is a lot like a Metroidvania.
Oh, okay.
And that you basically need to be able to go back after you gained things to get better at it. But unfortunately, it doesn't really open up shortcuts.
Oh.
Like, so it just makes it that you get to new areas.
Gotcha.
But it doesn't make getting through the old areas like
easier.
quicker.
Oh my god.
It's a tough one.
But it's very fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
So usually we do bad or movie plots explained poorly from the subreddit of the same name. However, this time, much like in other times, this one will be one where I created the horror movie plot, but it is using names of characters that the actors in the movie have done elsewhere.
But lesser known roles
because,
that they've done. Yeah.
Sometimes I start wondering if I should do more better known ones. But
Pizza.
So in this one, Jimmy McElroy is living life as a teen somewhere in America where he has several things to deal with. His new friend Venus is trying to get into politics. He has to deal with his family, Judas, Ronnie, and Mrs. Mack. He also maybe has a thing for Heather Brooks, but he's way too awkward for that to work out. And Ronnie is sabotaging the hell out of that relationship. Maybe you should do what Judas did and get a Lashindra Davis.
Bravo, damn, you've done it again. I know nothing.
The McElroys, that's jumping out to me, but I couldn't tell you why. Is it Napoleon Dynamite?
It's Napoleon Dynamite.
Let's go!
On camera.
My
Wow.
God. We'll do that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't trust hitting.
Oh,
not
sure.
hitting that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, John Heder doesn't have a more lesser known role. Jimmy McElroy is John Heder from Blades of Glory. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite.
That's because I was like, McElroy, why? Dang.
His new friend Venus, Alfred Ramirez, aka Pedro, is trying to become the school president. Judas, Aaron Rule, from On the Road to Judas.
Mm.
Mrs. Mac, which I kind of thought maybe that was the one you were going to get, but you got McElroy, which was the more well-known. Sandy Martin, aka Mrs. Mac, Mac's mom from It's Always Sunny. Ronnie Wingate, John Grease from Get Shorty, aka Uncle Rico. Tina Majorino, who was Heather Brooks, who was Tina Majorino from Grey's Anatomy. And LaShandra Davis, who is Chandrella Avery, aka La Fonda.
Did Tina the llama play anything else?
I didn't see if the llama was anything, but it probably would have been llama in another movie.
Why'd you be Jerry? Just
I should find an animal one day. I should find the Air Bud animal.
There we go. There we go.
See what else he has been.
yeah, dude.
And then be like,
What about the Beethoven dog?
the Beethoven dog.
I guess that was just Beethoven,
Probably
right?
Beethoven just
Yeah.
went through however many they made.
No Way Home. That's Spider-Man. What is it? The
Oh, Far From Home.
Far From Home. Yeah.
Speaking of Far From Home, did you guys hear about that? There was, I think, I don't want to say it was in China, but maybe it was in China. But there's this news story going around about these dogs that broke out of a dog meat facility,
Whoa.
and they were like making their way back home, and they were all being led by like it was a small dog, but like people like were driving on a highway and they saw this like little pack
Herd.
of dogs, and like they could tell that like one was hurt, one had gotten hurt on the highway.
Whoa.
And all the dogs were like circling it while the little small leader dog was like making sure they had like adequate ways to like get across the road and everything like that. And then like he would get across the road and then they would like
Shuffle as a unit.
to the unit.
That's awesome.
And
I did not see that.
Reportedly, like they were making their way back to houses because like their owners were like, hey, the dog showed back up.
Was it like a little bus route? Like,
No, they were like coming clean across like
oh, okay.
like a super highway. It looks
Oh, wow.
like.
That's incredible. That sounds like Homeward Bound.
Homeward
Yeah.
Bound. That's what I was. Jeez, that's what I was trying to figure out.
What?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like Far From Home, The Adventures of Yellow Dog. But Homeward
Oh.
Bound makes more sense.
Yeah.
There are a lot of dog 90s. like, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Dog was having its time in the 90s.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
You don't have your notes.
I don't have my I don't have my phone.
Doesn't have his phone on himself.
Hi.
Released in June 16th of 1995, Batman Forever. The story of Batman, Bruce Wayne, continues in the third movie, now directed by Joel Schumacher. Edward Nygma, employee of Wayne Enterprises, has an invention that he wants Bruce Wayne to finance. However, Bruce Wayne finds it to be dangerous, and he wants more information on it before he's willing to do anything about that. However, that is not enough for Edward Nygma, who is very much obsessed with Bruce Wayne. And so he goes off to work with Two-Face, aka Harvey Dent, who is been horrifically transformed due to having acid thrown on a part of his face. And unfortunately, Batman, who was fully Batman inside of the
Courtroom at the time,
was not able to do anything about it. And don't know why he's upset at Batman and not the bailiff, who was probably closer. But whatever. In short, the Edward Nygma, aka the Riddler, and Two-Face team up to take on Batman and his new protege, Robin. Will they be able to take over the world? Who knows? Stay tuned.
Will they be able to kill the dynamic duo? Who knows?
Who knows? Stay tuned. Same Bat family, same Bat channel, same Bat time. I mean,
Will they get takeout? Who knows? Stay tuned. Find out.
find out.
I think Alfred does a good amount of cooking.
Well, he did say to him, like, can I convince you to take a sandwich, Master Wayne? He's like, nah, I'll get takeout.
Oh, right.
It's
The quips.
Which, even though I don't have my notes handy right now, I did make a note about that because I couldn't help but wonder, was that line put in there purely for marketing? Was this because wasn't there a fast food restaurant affiliation for this, like tie-in for this movie with Burger King?
I I thought Burger King was Batman and Robin, but maybe that was Pizza Hut that was Batman and Robin. And maybe, but I also thought maybe it's Pizza Hut for Batman Forever. Maybe it was Burger King. Because I mean, like, obviously they. I don't know. Wasn't McDonald's the one that got the?
Wasn't it? I thought it was Burger King.
I think McDonald's was the one that got the Happy Meal toys.
Oh boy, we've got some investigating to do. Some investigating.
So, $100 million budget, higher than the last movie. $336.5 million box office, which I think is the second highest out of the 4 movies. 41% to 33% critic audience on Rotten Tomatoes. 5.5 out of 10 IMDb, and 2.6 out of 5 on Letterboxd. When this came out in June of 1995, nothing was touching it. That's pretty much why it got probably nearly as much as it did. Movies that came out were Congo, Pocahontas, Casper, The Bridges of Madison County, and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Whoa.
Oh.
Batman Forever in that month made almost twice as much as the next highest grossing movie, which was Congo.
Die Hard with a Vengeance really did not land with
those were in the order. That was the order of
like highest earnings.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Batman Forever, Congo, Pocahontas, Casper, The Bridges of Madison County, and Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Dang. How did John McClane get beat out by The Bridges of Madison County?
I have to imagine that was like probably people reading like reviews. I feel like people used to read reviews much more before like going into to movies, especially because you had to go to the movie theater to get the ticket.
Yeah,
right?
you can't just buy online.
You can just buy online now and like pre-order.
Yeah,
ahead of time.
But I would also imagine that like back in the day, without streaming services being as prolific as they are right now, that it would have been more likely that people would just go to the movies just to catch something, regardless of what it might.
I mean, yeah. Also, they were attached to places that other people were already going to, right? So, like, if you're out at the mall, you'd probably be like, "Oh, well, we drop in." But I think the problem also is that if you dropped in, you probably were like, "Well, let's go see Batman Forever." Instead, let's
Die Hard
with a Vengeance.
But the Bridges of Madison, I'm just surprised that it was so low on that ranking. Because that's a combination of Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson, dude. That's come on, man. Where's my super suit?
Maybe people just weren't feeling it. I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I was going to start this off by answering a couple of questions that you guys had in the last episode. I think it was. Maybe it was the one before that. I can't remember. No, it was 89, which you wanted to know about Batman's money status.
Mm-hmm.
So we do find out in this movie that he's now a billionaire, and that he is the head of Wayne Enterprises, which they don't really talk about in the first 2 movies. But it's through the comic books, since there's like an extensive like 89 comic series. We do know that he's always just been head of Wayne Enterprises. So something I found out, Bruce, obviously he was created in 1939. He did not become a millionaire in the comic books until 1943. He was originally just declared wealthy.
Sure. Sorry, he didn't become a millionaire or a billionaire until...
Well, a millionaire. He actually did not become categorized as a billionaire until 1994. The year before this movie came out.
Oh.
So that would be the switch.
Yeah.
Now, there are 2 instances of him being mentioned as a billionaire, but neither one are in canon to the main DC comics. The first was in Dark Knight Returns, the book. He was called a billionaire, and that was in 88, I think. 88, 89. And then in The Mask of Phantasm, he was also mentioned as being a billionaire.
Interesting. Isn't that just the spinoff of the animated series? Or like something...
It was just a movie in the animated series, but it was a theatrical release.
Right.
But they don't mention it themselves in the animated series, just in The Mask of Phantasm.
Is the camp something that translates in the comics, or is that mostly like a movie thing? Like the camp, like just all the
campiness.
The
campiness.
Yes, campiness. Sorry,
I was like, is there a camp there? The Wayne camp? So in the 60s and the 70s, he had no like moments of being goofy like that. Like the 66 series isn't, or the 60s series isn't too far. Like it's not like somebody was just reading it and being like, "Hey, we just need to goofy him all the fuck up."
Yeah,
he was like, he had his goofiness about him.
Okay.
It wasn't really until like the late 70s onward that he became much more like darker, serious, and like brooding. Mm-hmm. It is obvious in both of these movies, and I would honestly kind of think in the first one to some degree that I think the studio wanted that campiness.
Oh,
from the
okay.
60s series, and I actually mentioned this a lot in my notes that I do think that when 89 came out, before 89 came out, I think they thought they were getting something akin to the Adam West Batman.
Oh,
and when they didn't get that, I think they thought something was, they were like, we're going to give you another shot at this.
Camp it
like,
up.
What's up?
Yeah.
And then Burton made the second one, and they were like, bye.
Yeah.
And so they brought Joel Schumacher in.
Okay.
Now, Joel Schumacher was worked on.
Right, he was a producer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they brought him in as a full-time director and switched Burton to being producer on the next two movies. And this goes to the second question, which was like, why was there going to be that change? Why all of a sudden all these two big changes? So Michael Keaton was supposed to be in Batman Forever.
Okay.
And in fact, like, I don't think there's any filming with him but all of the like lead up was supposed to be Michael Keaton as Batman. And then Michael Keaton and Joel Schumacher just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Joel Schumacher knew he needed to make the next movie lighter. So he made for Batman Forever lighter than Batman Returns. I honestly think that if you really look at it, it's almost like it's almost like somebody course corrected from Batman Returns.
For
It's
sure.
just like, that's not the direction we need to go. So Joel Schumacher was asking, like, why is Batman Returns so dark, and why is it got to be that way? Apparently, Michael Keaton was like, don't like read the fucking source material, and as such, he decided to leave the project because of the direction it was going. So they had to look around, and they found Val Kilmer. And Tim Burton says that he had to be left because basically of Batman Returns. Him and the studio just were not seeing the same vision for the next movie. So they kicked him. Apparently Keaton walked, but Burton was actually like removed.
Gotcha.
In that seat. And another thing that I learned, and I was going to kind of maybe leave it for the next movie, but it actually makes more sense to put it here. I don't know if you know, but there was actually going to be a fifth Batman movie.
With George Clooney?
So here's the weird thing. All signs point to no. But they only point to no because the movie was actually greenlit during Batman Forever.
Oh.
The fifth one was greenlit during Batman? Okay.
It was going to be called Batman Unchained or potentially Batman Triumphant. According to the person who wrote it, it was Batman Unchained. And somehow throughout the years, it's gained Triumphant as its
moniker.
moniker.
Interesting.
But it was Joel Schumacher, like the company was like, Forever's doing gang bang busters at the movie theater, especially because it outperformed Batman Returns. So in their mind, they were like, this is the direction it needs to go.
Yeah.
And so they're like, you're going to be doing Batman and Robin, obviously. Here's this new one for 1999. So 1999 was supposed to come out, Batman Unchained. And it was going to be Batman and Robin falling out because Batman didn't want to be Batman anymore.
Oh, okay.
And Robin was like, no, you need to be Batman because there needs to be Batman and Robin. But they start to fall out. And this is why I put it here as opposed to the next movie, because there is no mention of Batgirl in it. And the movie was going to have Nicolas Cage as the Scarecrow.
Oh. I was like, that's Batman? That's Batman. Wild.
I think they thought maybe they were going to still have Val Kilmer, even though apparently Val Kilmer was not keen on being Batman.
Yep.
And him and Joel Schumacher were not like great buddies on the set. It could have been Clooney, but apparently Clooney has said since being Batman that he felt he did a great disservice to the fans as Batman. So he had no
Sure, I
intention
agree.
of being Batman going forward.
I said this earlier off. It was just watching Danny Ocean play Batman. I was like, all right, dude. George Clooney is George Clooney. Ocean's 11. It's Julia Roberts playing Julia Roberts. Anyway, that's a different series.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk there. Oof.
But it's going to be Nick Cage's Scarecrow with potentially either Courtney Love or Madonna, if they could get one of them, as Harley Quinn.
Whoa.
So it sounds
no
like
Joker.
then that made more sense for it to be something greenlit in 95, because when you start to reach the turn of the century, wouldn't you have been looking at Nicolas Cage as Superman? Because
So here's the interesting
Wow.
thing. I think they were looking. I think both Burton. I don't think Burton was attached to Unchained, and I think that's why he was looking at Nick Cage for his Superman project.
He was
I don't
trying
think he
to
even
side-
knew that he was looking
okay.
at. I don't even think he knew that
they
Schumacher
were-
was looking at Nick Cage for Unchained, because Schumacher went to the set of Face Off to talk Nick Cage into doing the
Wow.
role.
Okay.
But then Batman and Robin did what it did, and WB said no more.
We tried.
did you try though?
So it took almost a decade.
Did
off.
you try?
Coming back to it?
Good grief! Because this movie is, it really feels like it is like a complete return to Adam West. The music that you hear during action sequences, even from the very beginning when they introduce Two-Face and Batman is fighting his goons, it's very 1960s serialized,
It's
goofy.
Sharks and Jets.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
very...
And even, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there's this one point when he clears that hallway, he comes out of that elevator shaft and he clears the hallway of the Two-Face goons.
Just with one kick.
Well, of course, that's a problem for one. But then also when he's running away, because I think at this point Two-Face has already left that area, but he's running away, the shot that they have of Batman running is very goofy, dude. Almost kind of like the floor was slick.
Yeah.
And he's trying to just keep his balance, and then
His
so
legs
he's
are going faster than his
Yes,
body.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so goofy.
Yeah.
Don't do this. And then they did more.
And they did it again.
Yep. Oops.
And I will tell on myself a little bit. I watched them out of order. So I
Okay.
did Batman and Robin first, and then I went to Batman Forever.
Okay.
And I kind of like Batman Forever better. Like, I will say.
I
Like,
bet.
Yes.
I mean,
I think-
Yeah.
honestly,
yeah, it was.
Yes.
that's all.
I think it's not a hot take. It's a very cold take.
You could have watched them flip both ways. You could have watched Batman Forever ages ago,
Yeah.
and then watched Batman and Robin and still been like, no, Batman Forever
Yeah.
is a better movie. But it has its problems. Its
Yeah.
not its number one, but its first problem really is that fucking guard.
It's a trap!
I wanted to fight him.
Guard?
The guard that Two-Face captures and puts into the
Oh.
vault.
It's boiling acid!
Yeah.
Don't
let
my
go.
hearing aid. What are you doing? Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Let him do his job. He's trying to save you.
Yeah. That was
Shut up.
just...
Also, how'd you know it was boiling acid? That looked like water. Like I
Oh,
have
100%.
forgotten about the boiling acid part.
Yeah.
I hate that I did until he said it because it was like, oh, they're just gonna drown you.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's boiling acid. And I was like, but wouldn't it be like melting the stuff that's
Right,
inside?
melting the case that it's in. But could they hear Two-Face when they were in the vault? Because I feel like he might have had a megaphone. I'm trying to remember, but it's failing me. Because like I feel like he was just talking like at like a normal thing of just like, now you're gonna experience what I experienced, Batman. And it's like,
yeah.
he can't hear you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
No, I think maybe it was a walkie-talkie. He has
Oh, okay.
something in his hand. I do remember that.
Yeah, he had,
Oh, like something that allowed him to communicate with them inside
Yeah,
the vault?
okay.
Okay.
Tommy Lee Jones was not the right choice.
No, he
there
was
was
not.
no.
No.
Like, I'm glad that they didn't bring Billy D back and like make him have to do this.
Yeah.
But also, Tommy Lee Jones was like, was that like shortly either before or after A Few Good Men? I can't even remember, but like not a good choice. Like he's clearly meant for more serious roles, and I'm happy for him that he thought he had time to like ham it up here, but this wasn't like, this is beyond ham. He actually did a whole pig farm's worth of ham.
Pig roast, at least, for sure. Apple in the mouth.
Like I used to say that he out Jim Carrey in this movie.
Whoa.
But or I was at least trying to.
Yeah.
But it's more like, now that I really like kind of just think about it, it felt more like he was attempting to be the Joker, even though he was supposed to be Two-Face. Almost as if he like read for the Joker and forgot that he was like, it was like they gave him the role, but he forgot he was Two-Face instead of the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, because I felt like, again, in that opening action saving sequence, when he's talking to the guard, he flips the coin and he's like, I'm going to let you live, but then puts him in the vault anyway, and the guard says something to the effect of, I thought you were going to let me live.
Fortune smiles, another day of wine and roses. Or, in your case, beer and pizza.
But you said you'd let me live!
Too true, and so you shall. Nothing better than my bank to trap a back.
And then Two-Face says, yes, live on in our hearts. Like he changes his mind. And to me, that seems, like to your point, that seems more like something the Joker would say and do. And whereas Two-Face would just say, well, the coin is spoken, I'm going to let you live.
Right.
However, if he flipped the coin for Batman and then was like, I'm going to kill Batman, then I can see him putting both of them in the vault to kill them.
Because it was supposed to be a trap for Batman.
Yeah, but his response to that seems more of the chaotic anarchy that would be more sort of in line with the Joker than it would be Two-Face.
Mm-hmm.
Could it have been because they were leaning into like the whole, I guess maybe this is just Two-Face's thing, but like the whole split personality where they would be like, it was like, oh, you got to be careful, like don't kill this guy, and that goes double for you. Like Jim Carrey would talk to the other side of the face. So do you think? I guess.
Now my thing
could be
is,
the hand,
that would have been great if that was the case.
Yeah.
If he actually did that. The problem is there was never a serious side.
Sure.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Because I think about that part where like he comes in and he's like, and me, and then he, and me,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you're like,
it's the
the
same.
same person. Like,
Yeah.
like I was like, for someone who's like, they did a good job of physically doing the dichotomy, right? Like,
Yeah.
but he didn't act
Right.
that way. And if he did, and you got that like serious, like the actual Tommy Lee Jones, like imagine like if it was Agent K on one side and then like Agent J, like J on the other side, like that would have been Two-Face.
Yeah.
Like, in this case, it was just the Joker.
Yeah.
A split face who didn't change his personality, even though he would like face different ways.
Yeah.
He was still like it just didn't make it didn't make sense to write him that way.
Yeah.
Though I can't tell if he was written that way or if Tommy Lee Jones was like, I'm just gonna
Do
do
whatever
whatever I feel like.
Especially if you're trying to compete with Jim Carrey's The Riddler.
But you didn't have to. That was my biggest issue. My biggest issue is that one of them needed to be serious.
Yeah, you need that foil.
It was just
for sure.
two goofy dudes,
Yeah.
like concocting a plot that was like, you two are too goofy to get it off. No wonder you fail because there's no serious person to like rein this shit in. Both of you are just too goofy.
And like on that note, I feel like a big part of the issue is because they went in this direction, like we were talking about before, where it feels as if there's this 30 years of sliding scale, right? Where the 1989 Batman, it seems to draw so many inspirations from films of like the late 50s and the early 60s. And then this, when you think 30 years earlier, would have been mid 60s, I think probably the peak of the popularity of Adam West's Batman. And so they're putting so much of that energy into it. But the villain that they use, I don't remember Two-Face ever being in the Batman Adam West series. Like he doesn't feel like one of those campy villains that they visited in that show.
And it's so interesting because, like, if he weren't in this, then the first four villains of these three movies would be the four villains from the show.
Absolutely, yes. Catwoman, Penguin, Joker, Riddler.
Mm-hmm. And then it's like, like I looked into it. He wasn't in that show. So it's almost as if they like were creating, like, what if there was a fifth in that show and it was Two-Face?
Yes.
But I feel like even they would have done back in the 60s a better job of the split personality concept than Batman Forever does.
Yeah.
Two-Face. That really just irked me, like that he acted that way, because it's like you have an actor who's such a good serious actor, and he could have really lent gravitas to the idea of feeling betrayed by Batman, who failed to be able to save him.
Absolutely. Which is, and it's also what makes it feel stranger is that the entirety of the film isn't done in that tone of the serious, like what could have been possibly the seriousness of a Tommy Lee Jones if he didn't try to ham it up. Because there are moments in the film where it just kind of feels like the aura of it does not match other parts of it, because it feels more or less like the entirety of the film is this goofy, very flamboyantly sort of like homage to Adam West's Batman. But then there are these moments where really like grounded down to earth moments that just like juxtaposed against that silliness just does not make a whole lot of sense. I'm thinking about like, hell, Dick's whole family getting wiped out.
Yeah, that was pretty goofy.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
Well, what do you mean, like pretty goofy in the way that it happened?
Well, I think well, yes, but then also like he's just looking back over, and then it's just like, oh no.
Well, I didn't like the look on his face though. Like it was this moment where it felt like they were trying to add the sort of gravity, the real world gravity to it in the acting that you would expect. Like you see Bruce Wayne looking up, and he's looking. You can see like the tears and it's starting to well up in his eyes, which you would expect. But then there's Tommy Lee Jones, Two-Face, and he's still doing Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face stuff.
Yeah,
Tippity doo dah luck. Like, come on, man.
And especially because I don't even think he planned on it. It looked like he just was missing them. And because he was missing them, he just happened to shoot all the stuff that was supporting them. And then they just fell and dropped. And he's like, well, I mean, I guess I did what I was supposed to do anyway. And it sucks that that they decided to get rid of the net at that situation. Because
I mean, yeah, you had to see it. Yeah, because I was like, oh, it's Dick Grayson. Like, oh, his family has to die. He's doing the death drop without the net. I'm like, oh, that's how they die.
How do you guys feel about Val Kilmer as Batman? Because, I mean, this would have been the first step away from Keaton.
Compared to Keaton, I thought it was a lot better.
Although he does do that thing where we talked about in Batman 1989, where there wasn't really all that much of an attempt to change the voice.
Multiple personalities. I read your work. Insightful. Naive, but insightful.
Hey, someone's been sending me love letters. One in my office and one last night at my home.
Yeah.
He was pretty
neutral,
yes.
and then
it's crazy because I thought there was. And I even wrote, I was like, oh, it's cool. He's doing a voice change. And then I started hearing him more as Bruce.
Yes.
I was like, oh, he didn't make his voice
right.
different. He didn't do it at all. And I guess I'm a bit opposite of you guys. I actually don't like Val Kilmer as Bruce Wayne.
That's okay.
Oh.
I like his Batman, but I don't like his Bruce Wayne. It's very wooden. It took me a while to kind of realize that I think he was, like, the way he was just speaking, that he might have been trying to emulate Adam West.
18 is R. M-R-E.
How about Mr. E?
Oh.
It felt like it when they were doing the when him and Alfred were tackling the riddle, and Michael Goh was all like 18, and oh, that's right, the letter R is the 18th letter, Miss M-R-E, and then he turned, he's like, Mr. E, mystery. Yes, that must be it. And I was like, oh, that was very like Adam West like.
Yeah. I did like the way that the way that his dialect as Batman, it worked for Batman because it reminded me of some of like the more recent animated Batman, animated DC films that have come out where you're not using Kevin Conroy, who will always be the GOAT, but it just was. He sounds very pragmatic, like grounded down to earth and very just straightforward. This is what we're going to do. But you're right. I think as Bruce Wayne, there's not much emotion behind it. so you don't get the dichotomy of Bruce Wayne and Batman. But I maybe it's also just because of watching it back to back with Batman and Robin and seeing George Clooney that I'm like, I mean,
out of the two of them, you know.
yeah, dude.
I don't know. About that aside, though, I do feel that Clooney lent more of a physical charisma.
That's just George Clooney. That's just George Clooney playing George
Clooney. It's just George Clooney being George Clooney.
Yeah.
But because of it, he lends more physical charisma
sure.
to Bruce Wayne that the other two don't.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's Val Kilmer. Like, if anybody should be the billionaire playboy philanthropist, it'd be Val Kilmer. Yeah. But he plays it in such a like an awkward way that you're like, oh, like there should be more to it, especially because of the fact that you have this Chase Meridian in here. Someone who is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but you know, like she's trying to play up this like, Nicole Kidman doesn't do a super great job of it, but like she's supposed to be playing up this concept of being this like very assured, very like psychoanalytically driven character who can like just look at someone and like kind of drill down to the core of them, and all we get out of Bruce Wayne is like this. Like, it's so weird, like how often he just kind of like, it seemed like varied emotions should be coming out and they just didn't. Where like he's like sitting there looking at the rose fall and he's like, and she's like, "Is everything all right?" Yeah. More of the dreams I'm having them in when I'm awake now. You're like, there should be more levels there than what was happening here. Like, like you should be freaking out. Like if that were Keaton would have been like freaking out. You would have been like, oh, okay. Like he's understanding that I should be crazy a little bit right here, and then try to bring back the thing. But like Kilmer almost came across like psychotic. Like almost in a way, like a I don't know, what was that movie with Christian Bale?
American Psycho.
Like that was how it felt, like kind of like how he was. And I'm not expecting like a Robert Downey Jr. like Bruce Wayne, but I am expecting a little bit more of something. Yeah, and I came into it thinking like, oh, I remember liking Val Kilmer's Bruce Wayne a lot, and now I'm like, not as much as I thought I was going to. But sadly, I was also the same way with Keaton. I thought I was going to come in and be like, oh, I really love Keaton's Bruce Wayne, and I was like, yeah. But maybe that's also just the way that they write. Maybe they don't write Bruce Wayne as well as they write Batman in these movies. Sure, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. How did you guys feel about everyone else in the film? I mean, between Jim Carrey's The Riddler and more about like Chase Meridian. I think it was also more of what we talked about before of these like very desperate. Should I call it desperate? She seemed more sure of herself
desperate.
than.
No, she was desperate.
Well, there was some sense of assurance, but like there were she was definitely desperate.
She broke into Gotham PD to get the bat signal. He came in.
She was in a
touched his chest and went, "Oh,
yeah." That was, and then the nipples on his chest. Like that's crazy.
Which why did we
the bat suit? And I guess that's going back to the camp, but like, because like I said, I did it in reverse order, but it was like all the different like I guess you do like the belt try on, and then it's like a crotch shot, and then it's like here's my butt, and then here's like a cape, and I'm like, all right. And then, nipple shot.
Gratuitous crotch shot. Yeah. I was like, you could have zoomed in on a belt a little bit more.
Yeah, or just panned up, like more midriff than...
Also, not to be... Why did the butt jiggle?
Oh, like
there was
like
a little jiggle on the butt, dude.
Yeah. It was a
cheeks.
let me hike my jeans up kind of moment in a full rubber suit.
Like, wow, okay.
The also thing about it is that it's rubber.
Yes.
And they say rubber in the movie, which makes you be like, nope, that means that they don't think it's some type of like armor or anything like that. It is rubber.
Yeah.
Why would you make a rubber suit? Why, out of all the materials that exist to make like fabric out of, would you go, I should make a rubber? And also that means that you have to acknowledge that you sculpted in muscles
And nipples. And nipples.
Into a rubber suit, because it would either have to be so thin that it's like imprinted upon all the things that you have on.
Yeah.
He's so jacked that the rubber just conforms to his 8-pack.
Or you have molded on muscles. Why would you do that?
No, that's a good, and I guess the Batman suit from 1989, like it has something of an outline, but it wasn't as egregious to where it's this full formed molds against your muscle shape and your muscle bellies. So that is a strange point. Like, could you imagine him looking at Alfred and be like, "Hey, man, those nipples."
I think Alfred would be like, "I got you something, sir." And then it's like,
No,
I'm
he wouldn't. He apparently loved making suits based off of
Right?
Batman and Robin. So
Yeah.
he'd been like, "Oh, of course, sir.
fitted you in this suit, sir.
I'll make the nipples 3.4 centimeters
bigger bulge,
longer,
sir."
Oh, you know what? And also, why in the world would his security system in the Batcave continue to illuminate everything that tells you it's the Batcave, while also saying that it's an intruder alert?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't you lock down completely? But the Batmobile still comes up in the center. Intruder alert.
It's like
Intruder alert.
Maybe no, there's no getting around it. It was like I honestly think both Schumacher Batcaves were designed for the viewer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
not at all for the concept of like what a person who needs to be able to do this would do for down there.
Yeah.
Because there's so much like Batman emblem like imagery
Memorabilia,
that's
yeah.
just like no. Like in fact there are like shots you would never even see if you were just like in there. You would never even know. But like if you happen to have a top down angle, you'd be able to see this bat signal up underneath the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But like I don't understand why like an alarm would go off and everything would be like, here's Batman stuff instead of being like alert and be like
Shut all the tubes.
let me turn
cover
off lights.
things.
Everything
Yeah.
gets covered
Absolutely,
up.
dude. And then of course Alfred is just standing down. I thought that whole scene was just, it was so campy. Like, to your point about the camp.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, Alfred wants him to like come down here and
Alfred
like
definitely
see.
wanted them to come down there.
Yeah, but then it was like, oh, we
'cause
have
the
a
very fact that door stayed open long enough for
Yeah.
him to do an entire like
whole
trapeze
routine.
act.
Yes.
Yeah. Now! And he actually like
Announced it.
audibly,
Yeah.
yes.
As if he'd been like timing it like,
Yeah.
no, I think I got enough time to do a whole act here.
Because Alfred checked, though. He was like, Master Dick? Yeah, Alfred. I just wanted to see where you were. Like, okay.
He also announced that like it was open so long that he had time to get all the way down the steps, across the cave, and to where the Batmobile was.
Yeah.
By the time that it either closed or Robin got himself down.
Chris O'Donnell. But also, what I find is there's just brings up more questions, because behind that door, it wasn't even just a staircase that led directly down into the Batcave. Behind that door was a bookshelf with like fine china on it that itself was turned, so you would have to go through both. But
to make it through.
Yeah.
Honestly, Batman, or I should say Bruce, cannot ever entertain enough people to need that many different hidden options to get into the Batcave.
No.
Like a simple one hidden elevator should suffice. Like there shouldn't need to be like a door with another hidden thing.
Yeah.
So like some steps. Or his chair. And then
Oh my gosh, dude! Right, the
like,
one
you
in
can't
that
tell
was
me nobody was ever messing around in his office and accidentally said the word chair. It just
This is the most comfy chair. Oh shit! He's Batman. What?
scanning his biometrics. Intruder alert! And then everything still just comes up.
the Batmobile?
It's got like Bruce Wayne's W-2s pop up and shit. It's like, dude.
Picture of him and Alfred.
Like making the back like trying it on.
What are we doing? Oh man.
Well, any final thoughts? I mean, there's a lot, I'm sure, but
oh yeah, we
haven't
haven't
talked
barely
about it.
scratched the surface. Yeah, no, it's a lot of questions, but all of my questions that I had about what was happening just all roots itself back into the campiness of the film, because it feels like it tried so hard to, like you mentioned earlier, course correct after Batman Returns, which is, it's strange because yes, you course corrected in making this film like incredibly goofy, but at times it still feels, when you think about it, pretty violent. Like his whole family being annihilated, like the number of henchmen that, even his own henchmen that Two-Face killed, you know, trying to burn Batman alive and then subsequently burying him under like rock and ash and shit for him to be saved by Robin. Like, there's actually some pretty decently, it's kind of like disturbing imagery that can be tied to the Riddler at the very end with his head super sort of malformed and disshaped from the device.
Also, what happened to that?
Did
they get some cold compresses down there or something? Like, by the time he's in Arkham Asylum, it's in normal shape again.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. It's personally, maybe it was just the nature of the time, but I don't really necessarily care for us trying to go back and revisit Adam West Batman.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like the campiness of it. I just don't know if, like, to me, that level of campiness does not really work. At least in the variables that they had in play for that film and for subsequent films, it just does not.
You didn't
work.
like the holy rusted metal Batman?
Yeah. Rusted metal Batman. Huh?
I mean, there's some pretty funny callbacks. And I didn't get a chance to mention this. I do actually kind of dig Chris O'Donnell's
I like Chris O'Donnell's Robin a lot.
Yeah. I think he does a good job doing it, but there's just certain lines and you can tell that it was just all basically one big Toys R Us commercial.
This is this and the next movie are very toyetic.
Yes.
And considering that Schumacher has said himself that like he was getting very tired of that. In fact, that was why he didn't actually even really want to do another Batman movie after Batman and Robin. So, but they signed him on for it. So what he was actually want to do was like just go back to making like indie movies.
Oh.
And then make Batman Unchained and then stop doing those all together forever and just go back to indie movies.
Yeah, he made enough money.
But you can tell definitely like in this movie, the fact that at the very end of it, almost as if he like gained a power up, Batman got a new suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and as soon as the
echolocation
happened, I was like, oh, he's got like two suits, two toys.
Oh, yeah.
You got the Batmobile, the Batwing, and the Batboat.
Yep.
3 toys.
Mm-hmm.
Had like multiple different outfits for the Riddler. Well, multiple toys.
Yeah, Jim Carrey changed his hairstyle so many times in that film.
4 times? 3 or 4 times?
He changed like whole outfits. Like he
Yeah.
had the green, like the suit, and then he had the green body suit,
Yep.
and then he had the white body suit.
Yes, the rhinestone.
Yeah. It was like everybody like they were like, we got to get our like final fight suits in.
Yeah,
because that was like because Batman got the new one with the gray highlights.
Yeah,
Robin had his suit. So another toy. Like Riddler was like, it's time for me to
level up.
Now I'm the White Riddler. What about that? And then Two-Face was just like, whatever. I got my like 10th Two-Face outfit on.
I didn't, not to drag out our ending thoughts. But like, it was so weird because when you look at the very beginning, Jim Carrey has one hairstyle. Like Edward Nygma has the hairstyle when he originally meets Batman.
Yeah.
Then after he kills his boss, I think Fred, and then goes on to become the Riddler, his hair color changes and it becomes shorter. And then there is the Edward Nygma that is
actually,
like the prominent
I don't
business
even
guy.
understand how he does that, which is how he keeps going back from brown to like pink.
Red.
Yeah.
With them, especially with the difference in lengths.
Yeah.
So maybe he's wearing a wig. I'm not sure. But like the when he goes back to the brown, when he's like being Edward Nygma again, he's trying to be Bruce Wayne. Like he's emulating Bruce Wayne so much that he even I think he does, but I'm not 100% sure. He adds a mole to his cheek exactly where Val Kilmer has a mole on his cheek.
No, he
like points it, and he has Drew Barrymore like, how's the mole?
How's my mole? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, because when he was trying to be, on par with Bruce as like this billionaire, just tycoon, his hair went back to being brown, but it was a different shade still than it was from when you were first introduced to Edward Nygma in the beginning, and then he has a completely different hairstyle by the end when we're talking about final fight suits. And it's just like, is this all about toys? Like, is this all about just selling more merchandise? What was the point of all of that? It just
I'm sure this
very extra.
They're like, get as many different looks in here as possible so that we can make more toys.
But Mom, I don't got the Jim Carrey Edward Nygma Prince outfit at the end of the movie with the Emperor Palpatine haircut. It's like, okay, we gotta get you that one too. Now you got all 22
Riddler toys.
Yeah.
Then one last thing before we give our Panharmonicons. Did you know that H.R. Geiger was tasked with designing the Batmobile?
I have no idea who that is.
H.R. Geiger is
the Geiger counter?
Creator, well, not the creator, but he's the designer of the Xenomorph from Aliens.
Oh.
He's also known to do like really, like, if you've seen like kind of trippy, like alien type designs, that's typically H.R. Geiger. But he's most known for the Xenomorph. They didn't take his design fully, but it is it's an abomination. It is so not, like, there are notes of the Batmobile in it, but for the most part, this is what it looks like.
Oh, Jesus.
Whoa.
What is that?
So it's in 3D, but it's not completely showing everything that his design was going to have. So, but it looks, for people who are audio or can't see or don't want to look it up, it basically looks like a bone X.
I was going to say it looks like an X chromosome.
Yeah, it looks like a chromosome. The back part here is actually supposed to have it. The finished design is supposed to have like bat wings. Okay. Yeah. But they said no to this. I think WB said no to it.
I mean, it makes sense.
This is
That's crazy.
And
it's a spider car. That's not a bat car.
And Tom Flattery, I think, is the person who was able to make it. The one that we saw in the movie.
Gotcha.
That was just my last little FYI. So I guess we're not going to do our normal song anymore. But
we'll have to just make one and edit it into it. Yeah,
but that's okay.
Table bound thing, that's burst somebody's eardrum.
Yeah, it was really bad for audio. I know we love doing it, but
it was so fun. But
it is fun.
Gentlemen, how many Panharmonicons does Batman Forever get?
I'm interested to see, Andrew, you want to spit?
Yeah, I can start.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a 2.5. You know, I did enjoy the campiness at times, but it just, I had the point in my brain and then I got lost at the bone zone over there. But I did like Val Kilmer. Because I will say I've really only seen him in Tombstone, so the fact that he wasn't a Southern dandy, I was like, oh, he's killing it. So my bar was very low. I did think some of the action sequences, it was really just, can you get over the hump of the campiness of it all? And some of it I thought was a little grotesque, but I mean, if that's just what they're trying to make, then that's what they're trying to make, and they did it. So 2.5. Probably shouldn't have all of your guys group up in front of an elevator to then just get kicked one time and have everyone fall over.
Yeah.
Like the story of it, because the whole Edward Nygma stuff, because I feel like as Bruce Wayne or even Batman, I feel like he should have been like, oh, I talked to this guy, like I know who this is. Like, I don't think we should have had 5 riddles to get to Mr. E, Mr. Enigma. So it was just kind of like you had a very uncomfortable, kind of memorable interaction with this guy. I feel like you should be like, oh, I just talked to this guy about brainwaves and stuff and manipulating brainwaves. Let's look into that guy. Mm-hmm. But we didn't, and so it took us. We had to go through the riddles. So it is what it is.
He's the Riddler.
That's true.
That's have a riddle.
You gotta have the riddles.
But also, to be fair to him, it took Chase Meridian like 3/4 of the movie to realize that Batman was
Bruce Wayne. Yeah,
That's
they had
why
to
it
kiss
did,
first.
And the craziest part is she kissed Bruce Wayne, and then kissed Batman, and then Bruce Wayne again. It was like, oh,
this is
that was the one. That was the kiss I needed to determine they were one and the same.
Was this the movie? Because I know there's like a really viral or very popular like Batman GIF, and I think I forgot to stop it, but I feel like there's one. Is it like the thumbs up, or there's one where he's like, where it's just the face? I don't know. I'll have to maybe scrub back and try to find it.
Are you talking about the part of the movie where he was in the Batwing and he
he did the thumbs up?
Yeah,
because I was like, I was about to say you throw that one a lot, and I was like, oh yeah. What about you guys?
I will give it a 1.
Okay.
It's a 1. It's here's the thing. It's like there are elements of the film that I enjoy. I do think that I don't. It's not that I don't think that campiness can be done in the Batman universe at all, but I think that it works better in animation. Or if you're not going to do it in animation, that the way that it was approached here just wasn't ideal in my opinion. And I think it's a lot because of. When I think about campiness, I don't recall there being a whole lot of death or straight up people getting blasted by guns, like machine gun fire or rocket launchers, and like the Adam West sort of but trying to adopt that campiness, it just seems like it's incongruent with that. Like when you see Two-Face shoot a rocket launcher and blow up a car full of his own henchmen, or any number of things that were happening in the film, like Two-Face falling on a bed of spikes and whatnot. Because I'm thinking about like Batman the Brave and the Bold, and that was like a very campy cartoon version of Batman, and I liked that series. I think it actually works there. But yeah, it just ends up being kind of awkward when you have such this like wooden, very pragmatic, grounded, realistic, like the way that Val Kilmer approached Batman, then also throwing these other things around it as if it all
and he's
meshes.
supposed to be like congruous within like the chaos that is everything else.
Yeah. But still, to be honest, like it is, I think one of the more enjoyable, definitely, of the Tim Burton, Joel Schumacher Batman universe. Yeah, that's me. What about you, Dame?
It gets 5 out of 5 for me.
Oh,
it's like it gets.
I was like, wow. Okay, sure.
2.5 for me. I enjoy the action in this movie. Oddly enough, I think in the course correcting, that seems to be something that they did course correct. Batman himself actively does more things than Keaton's Batman really does. Like,
yeah, true.
Like he's like you could tell like they figured something out with the suit that allowed like somebody to be in that suit and to do far more than they could in 89 It Returns. So I like that. I liked Chris O'Donnell a lot. And both of my reviews for these written, I won't really get into them here. I kind of give what I think would make a much better story. But I will say here, I do think that he just should have been Nightwing. I don't really think there needed to be a Robin, especially because, honest to goodness, like he is Nightwing in the next movie. There's no like real Robinness to his outfit whatsoever. He just looks like that. Like that was the Nightwing outfit. But I liked Chris O'Donnell. Michael Gold continues to be a good Alfred, especially for like that period of time where Alfred was just like an old man who couldn't really do much. I was not a huge fan of Nicole Kidman's Chase Meridian, not because Nicole Kidman played her bad. I think Chase Meridian was just written very poorly. It was kind of just thrown in because they were like, well, we need a love person in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't like Tommy Lee Jones' Two-Face, but I don't mind Riddler's Joker. No, I said Riddler's Joker. I mean, honestly, yes.
Yeah.
The way that Jim Carrey plays him. But I don't mind Jim Carrey's Riddler just simply because at that time, he was an incredibly hot commodity. And unfortunately, he was a hot commodity because he played a very certain character, and they got him for that character. They didn't get Jim Carrey to be like, what was it, 21? Was that the movie he was in? The one about the number? I think it was
23?
23.
Number 23,
23. Like, they didn't get him for that. They didn't get him for Kick-Ass. They got him for Ace Ventura.
Yeah.
Was the mask out at that point too?
I think the mask, yeah, 95.
Mm-hmm. So like, they got him for somebody stop me.
Yeah.
They didn't get him for like to play like the Riddler the way that what's his name plays him in the Batman. So I couldn't fault him for that. And in fact, knowing you were going to get somebody like Jim Carrey, then you don't write Two-Face the way you wrote Two-Face. And I honestly don't think it needed to have both of them in it. They clearly did it because they thought they got away with it in Batman Returns, but they really didn't get away with it in Batman Returns either. They only sort of got away with it because she's an anti-hero as opposed to just an outright villain. Here, with two villains, it just became too busy. And it became too busy because like even they themselves kept clashing. Yeah. Because they didn't have a shared goal. They just happened to have the same goal and wanted two different ways to go about it. And that didn't play, like Batman never was able to play into that. Like anytime that they butted, they immediately just were like, oh no, we're not butting anymore. And so that should have just been tossed out. It either should have just been a Two-Face movie or a Riddler movie. The campiness was very jarring. And I realized like it doesn't make sense to do this 3 movies in. Like, like imagine if you were watching the Godfather series and then the third one was a comedy. You'd be like, what? Yeah. And that's exactly what, like, you get these 2 melodramatic movies and then all of a sudden you get this, like, Saturday morning cartoon of a movie and you're just like, huh?
A whole different episode. But it was such a odd choice to not, like, either cut it and just start the series, or just, I guess, not make any of the movies. But they made a lot of money, so they're going to keep making the movies.
Yeah, that was it. But lastly, I will just say that this is the movie, and I do still believe that Burton didn't like Batman. Breakdown of their screen time. Val Kilmer has the most screen time in this movie at 45 minutes and 28 seconds, 37.42% of the movie. Jim Carrey is next at 26 minutes, 21% of the movie. Nicole Kidman is third, 19 minutes, 30 seconds. Tommy Lee Jones is fourth, 18:14. And Chris O'Donnell is last at 16 minutes. So I do like the fact that they focused more on Batman in a movie called Batman.
Right. Do we know how long, was it Reese Witherspoon? Was that the blonde?
What?
Tommy Lee, how Two-Face had like the 2...
Oh, Drew Barrymore?
Drew Barrymore, yeah. That's who it was.
Oh, like 5 minutes.
Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
Don't have her, and I don't even know who the other chick was.
Yeah, right.
But that was Batman Forever. What did you think about Batman Forever, audience? And how many Panharmonicons out of 5 would you give it? Let us know in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you haven't already, I thank you so much. We all thank you. We are at 92 subscribers. We're working our way up to 100. Hopefully we'll get there pretty soon. And then we can move our way on up past that. If you're on Spotify, please follow on both. If you can give us a thumbs up or a like, that'd be great. 1 through 5 on Spotify, thumbs up or thumbs down on YouTube. Comment. Engage with us. Let us know what you thought about this movie, what you think about the movies that we've done so far, what are movies you'd like to see. But above all else, we want to thank you for watching this episode of Panharmonicon Studios Presents,
a movie podcast.
This has been Damon.
This is Andrew.
And this is Farron.
We want to thank you for listening.
Bye. Taking the next one.
George Clooney.